morning. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update. And this update is for Monday. And we are now on April 5th, 2021, coming back from the Easter holiday. And what do you get? New all-time highs in many of the stock indices. As you can see, metals down a little bit. April gold, I think it's time that we're going to be moving over to the June. So be ready for me to do that with you fairly shortly. In the silver market, down 12. But look at the copper market on fire as the market just feels good, in part about what's going on everywhere in terms of COVID in America and in other countries that are getting the vaccines out. That is not necessarily the case that's going on in Europe. I know you know that. It's a question of when that'll kick in. As we come to the energy markets, they're all basically on the lower side. The Saudis are ramping up production, as you know, very small, but they are going to ramp it up. And they changed some oil pricing today to Asia and the U.S. They actually went up a little bit in Asia. Dollar index. I read a notice today from Goldman where they have called it quits on their call for the dollar index at this point. Remember, one of the big trades of the year was the dollar was going to go down in 2021. Well, that has not been the case. It's rallied most of the time. I wonder if they sold the bottom and bought the top back in it. I hate to say it, but it could be the case. They admit that when the COVID situation starts improving, they'll probably change the call back to bearish on the dollar. Grain's up. It looks like we're getting some export business. Fairly flat right now if you're taking a look at bonds and notes. Not going much of any place at this point in time. Now, we do get a series of factory reports, some ISM data. That all comes out at 8:45 this morning, so I'd keep my eye on that as well. But as I said, you got to buckle in, let the markets get themselves going at this point, and from there we'll take a fresh look at the markets come the end of the day. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great trading day. Welcome. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, many of you have taken my regular charting course, and if not, you might think you know something about Bollinger Bands. As you know, Bollinger Bands are an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within it 95% of the time, and on a chart it will offer on the top part resistance, on the bottom support, and the idea is the market will travel within them. We know that sometimes it latches onto that band, goes up or goes down. Well, how do you play with that? Can you pyramid the positions off that type of thinking? Well, I've applied all three of these into 13 different videos that teach you my concept of it. And from that concept, you're able to work with weekly charts and or daily charts. The 13 videos, each about 7 minutes long. The idea here is not to put you in school forever, but to teach. Now, if you haven't tried my complete futures research, I throw that in as well. Whether you've tried this or not, I think it's worth taking a look at. I think you're going to learn something from there. That research, by the way, covers twice daily market updates for you and access to what I call window envelope numbers, which I think are very important when looking at these Bollinger Bands. The next part is a trial to our charting software so you can make your charts look the same way that mine do. It's that simple. Where do you go with it and how do you get all this? It's simple. You go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. If you go to the word education, everything you need is answered there. You can also call my staff. They'll be happy to help you get set up. I'm Ira Epstein, on the road to your education.